One part of leadership is intellectual. It's figuring things out. You're actually trying to help the group to accomplish a goal. And so you're figuring that out with the group. And so the person who is involved in leadership may look a little obsessed, a little over the top, because they are trying to get the goal done. And so they're thinking about all the obstacles. They're thinking about the dynamics with the people, all of those sort of things. So to what extent do you need to be, intelligent or smart or something like that to be a good leader, to get those things done and to think through them? I don't think that you really need to have this super intellectual power. I think about the fantasy football guys who are trying to figure out, the statistics about who to choose to be on their team that week. It strikes me that it really has to do with their interest. And so a leader is interested in what that group is trying to get done. I think about Winston Churchill, and it makes sense that he would be working all hours of the night in order to save Britain from the Nazi bombing and in the Battle of Britain. And so that makes sense to be obsessed, for him to be thinking about what are the new weapons that we could develop, and just talking with all sorts of people. And I think that's just what leaders should be doing, actually. They should be mulling things over, even if they're a youth soccer coach and they really want to do a good job and they're very conscientious and they're sweet, and maybe the kids don't even see how much that the coach really wants them to grow and work together and that kind of thing. So there is that, what other people would call obsessing, when you are a leader of something. And that's just appropriate. And it makes sense because you've been given this role to help the group, which they want the goal to get done. So, but you've been given the responsibility to work on that. So anyway, there are tools. I think about Bowman and Deal's four frames framework to analyze organizations. I think about Edgar Schein's organizational culture book that I have students read. Those really delve into, what is going on with this organization? Who founded it? What's the history here? What are the obstacles? And I think that's useful. But I also think that a lot of good leaders actually just stumble upon this. They ask good questions. They get to the bottom of things. And so they, again, dig deeper and deeper to try to solve the issue. And I want to mention one other thing in this context, and that's meetings. That's the purpose of meetings. Meetings are almost inseparable from good leadership, because what you're doing in a meeting is you're getting the people in the group together to work on solutions and to figure out how we can do this together. And so I think that when a leader's been a leader for a long time, they can get kind of lazy about how they lead meetings, how they prepare for meetings. But when you're lower in the organization and you're not the one leading, you really recognize that there's a difference between meetings being led well, where things are getting accomplished, things are getting hashed out, where we're trying to figure out what to get done and how to get it done, versus kind of meetings where nothing happens, where there's not that kind of dialogue. So all that to say, one crucial part of organizational leadership is this analysis. And if you find yourself doing that, that's normal. That's sort of what the job's about. And similarly, you cannot underestimate the importance of meetings, because that's where, things, where the collaboration occurs, where you are not just doing it yourself, but you're trying to get all of the parts going in the same direction, and you're trying to get voice and input from all those involved so that the group can work more efficiently together. So that's a little bit about the importance of organizational analysis.